Welcome back, Pokemon trainers. Professor Chaz here, Lab Coats on back order. And for this week's Pokemon Omega Ruby Double Battle Team Builder video, I'm going to be doing, as I've been before, bringing 6 Pokemon that have won the X Double Battles back in the Pokemon X League in Kalos, seeing how well they can do in the Double Battles in the Hoenn region of Omega Ruby. So with that being said, we're going to get into the Team Builder and show you the 6 Pokemon I've selected, show off their movesets, their super training, and the abilities and held items that they have to try to get them through to victories. We haven't been having a really good track record just yet in the season, or in the league, but hopefully we can do good this week. So let's check out the team I've assembled for this week's battles. The first Pokemon on the team for this week is Seaward the Duat. He is a rash Pokemon, which is a boost to the special attack stat, and he has the Torrent ability, which will increase his water attacks if he's low on HP. And since he's not the most defensive Pokemon, being not fully evolved, I did give him the Focus Sash to ensure that he will survive at least one hit from full HP, and possibly thereby boosting his water attack with Torrent. So for super training, I maxed out special attack thanks to the rash nature. I wanted to make use of that, and try to get his special defense up to where his physical defense was, and put the remainder into the speed stat, so hopefully he's going to outspeed maybe an opponent or two here or there. Now for the moveset, he does have Scald for stab, and make use of the Torrent if possible, possibly getting a burn on the opponent as well, and I gave him Ice Beam and Dig to help with covering his weaknesses. And for the fourth move, I wasn't quite sure what to go with, but I decided to go with one of his natural moves, which is Swagger. It's going to sharply raise the opponent's attack while confusing them, so possibly getting some damage off on themselves while we continue to hit with Scald, Ice Beam, or whatever. Now, the next Pokemon for this week's team is going to be Blaze the Charizard. He's a quirky Pokemon. His ability is, much like his name, Blaze, so his fire moves will boost if he's on low HP. And this week he's going to be a Mega Charizard Y, so you see he's holding the Charizardite Y item. For the super training, I maxed out the special attack and got his speed up to a good amount, and try to get his defense close to what his special defense is, so they're roughly about 200 apiece. Now, for the Mega Evolution, you'll see here, of course the ability becomes Drought, so it's going to bring the sunlight immediately as soon as he Mega Evolves, and special attack goes up above 400, which is quite amazing. It's a pretty powerful special hitter. And of course, I didn't mention, but Quirky is a nature that doesn't boost or decrease any stats, so everything's just as it is. Now the moveset, he has Heat Wave, which is good for his, fire type. He's going to get some stab power from that. And since the Drought ability will make it sunny, I got Solar Beam on there to handle some of his weaknesses, such as rock and water, and get some super effective damage. Mud Slap is a move that he can't relearn. I taught it to him from a move tutor back in Pearl, I believe it was. Might have been actually Soul Silver, but it's a not super powerful move, but it is special based, and it's going to get powered up when he Mega Evolves, lowering the opponent's accuracy, possibly causing him to miss some attacks. Now, normally his final move is Sunny Day, but that's when he's not Mega Charizard Y. So for this week, we replace Sunny Day with Air Slash, get another stab move on there, and that can possibly get some flinches if we are fortunate. The third Pokemon on this week's team is going to be Stinger the Beedrill. He is a hasty Pokemon, which is a boost to the speed stat and lowers defense, which really isn't that bad, despite the fact that this particular Beedrill does have max IVs for defense. Their defense really isn't that good to begin with anyway, so fortunately, losing it in favor of gaining speed isn't the worst thing ever. And the natural ability is Swarm, so his bug moves will power up if he's at low HP, and he's actually holding the Beedrillite. So this week we have 2 Pokemon that could Mega Evolve. Based on whatever opponents we're facing in battle, it's going to determine who I use and which one I have go into Mega Evolution. For the super training, I did max out the attack and speed stats, while putting the remainder into the defense just to try to give it a little bit of boost, because try to offset the negative nature and make use of the max IVs. Now in the future, I'll probably super train him for a little bit differently, maybe going into the special defense instead, or HP possibly as well. Now here we see the Mega Evolution. So his his ability becomes Adaptability, which turns his same type attack bonus boost from 1.5 times to 2 times. So anything that's bug or anything that's bug or poison type is going to get double boosted power thanks to the Adaptability. And the attack goes up to almost 400, and if this is level 100 stats, speed goes to 423, which is quite impressive. Now for the moveset, he usually would have Endeavor for one of these moves, but we have replaced it with a move here, Poison Jab. So I wanted to make use of the adaptability, since he's more than likely going to Mega Evolve in battle. So Poison Jab is going to gain double the power, as Twineedle is as well. Now I know a lot of people tend to run U-Turn or possibly X-Scissor on their Beedrill with the Mega Evolution, but I decided I want to sort of have two chances to poison the opponent, and both Poison Jab and Twineedle can do that, and Twineedle itself can possibly poison twice because it's going to hit twice per turn. And normally Twineedle is 25 power, it's going to be 50 when both Twineedles hit, and thanks to Adaptability that's going to be doubled to 100, so that's actually not too bad to deal with. Now, to cover some type weaknesses, I did teach Drill Run to him as well. That's a move tutor move that he can learn. And Endure is a move that I believe it was either TM or move tutor from back in a previous generation. And if Beedrill or Stinger doesn't go Mega Evolution in battle, we can use Endure to get the Swarm ability to fire off, and then suddenly Twineedle is going to be powered up. So that is the third Pokemon. Our fourth one for the week will be Sprout the Venusaur. Now, I could technically make this a third potential Mega Evolution, but Sprout is going to be more focused on staying as he is and going for more a defensive and stall-y kind of a tactic. But you'll see the moveset in a moment. First of all, he has the Relaxed Nature, which boosts the physical defense at the cost of speed, and Venusaur are not known to be fast anyway, so that's not the worst thing. He does have the worst possible IVs in special defense, as you'll see here, which is too bad. But at least the defenses are quite decent at about 270 something apiece. And his ability Overgrow will power up grass moves if he's at low HP. And for recovery, he's holding the Black Sludge. The super training, I max out the defense to make use of the Relaxed Nature, put a little bit into the worst IV special defense to try to even it with the physical, and put the remainder into both special attack and HP to get them to a decent level. Now the moveset is going to be Sludge Bomb for the first attack, and Energy Ball is, you'll see the blast attack down there, his other offensive move. Normally he runs Protect instead of Energy Ball, but this is kind of left over for when I had him as a Mega Evolution, so I'll probably give him Protect again at some point, but for this week he's going to keep Energy Ball to make use of the Overgrow ability. And as far as stalling out the opponent, we do have Toxic and Leech Seed on there. Not as broken a combo as it was back in the first generation, but it's still pretty good. Toxic will increase in damage every turn. Leech Seed is going to drain some HP away from the opponent every turn. And with Black Sludge as well, Sprout's going to be healing back some HP at a pretty decent rate every turn. The fifth Pokemon for this week is going to be our little Pikachu. Pikachu is a bashful Pokemon which doesn't boost or decrease any stat, and his natural ability of Static will possibly paralyze an opponent if they land a physical contact move against him. And there is no other item that a Pikachu should be holding. Well, maybe Focus Sash, maybe Eviolite, but for me, my Pikachu goes Light Ball. Get that boosted attack and special attack, and I think it doubles both of his stats, his offensive stats. So for the moveset, or not the moveset, for the super training, I maxed out the speed, so he's a pretty quick little Pikachu, and both the special and physical attack are about 154, 155 each, which will be boosted thanks to the Light Ball item. Now his moveset is what it was the last time we saw him in action. He's got Thunderbolt, which is pretty powerful in the hands of a Light Ball Pikachu. He has Body Slam as well, which is a move that he learned back in Fire Red. He cannot relearn it, and he's going to be keeping that for pretty much as long as I keep him in battle. Now, Grass Knot is to deal with any of his ground weaknesses, and I'm thinking things such as like Golem or Graveler or Geodude, any of those. But yeah, Grass Knot is going to be very good against any of those types of, especially dual weak to grass, like ground rock types. And to help the team out, Pikachu does have Light Screen, which will improve our special defense against any of the opponent's special base attacks. Now, the final Pokemon for this week's team is going to be Snoozer the Snorlax. He is a quirky Pokemon which doesn't boost or decrease any stat. The ability Thick Fat gives him resistance to fire and ice type moves, and he's holding the Chesto Berry because a good strategy with a Snorlax is the Rest Chesto strategy. You're going to be able to heal up and wake up immediately with that Chesto Berry. So he does have max IVs for speed, as you'll see. Maybe one day I'll super train him to make him fast, but Snorlax aren't that quick, so we're not going to really focus on that too much. I did max out the physical attack at 317. I think I maxed out the defense. It looks like it's not maxed out, but I think I did at 217, trying to even it up with the special defense, and put the remainder of the super training into his HP, sitting at a decent 455 at level 100. For the moveset, now I do want to eventually teach him Body Slam again, because it just doesn't seem right to have a Snorlax without Body Slam, but for the time being he has Power Up Punch instead. So it's a fighting type move, and every time you land a hit, you're going to boost your attack stat. That's going to be really useful when we start going for more powerful moves such as Earthquake and Crunch, getting some good super effective damage on the opponents perhaps. And the final move to make use of the Chesto Berry is Rest. You're going to be able to heal up to full, cure any status condition, and wake up immediately the first time because we're going to be able to use that Chesto Berry to wake up. So that is the team of 6 Pokemon for this week's Omega Ruby Double Battles. The battles will go uploaded onto the channel tomorrow, so please come on back and check them out, see how well we do with 2 possible Mega Evolutions, and see which one we bring into the battle. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how it all plays out. Now, if you have any comments to make about these Pokemon, like perhaps different super training sets or different move sets that I could teach them, leave a comment down below. And it's going to be too late for next week's battle because I'm going to record them right after. But it could be something for me to take into consideration for the future. Also, possibly for anyone else watching that likes to use one of these kind of Pokemon. Any suggestions you have might help them figure some things out for their strategies as well. Alright, I'm going to say thank you for checking out this team builder video this week. I hope you come back to check out the battles tomorrow. And until then, I'll catch you next time.